Look at here. I worked at a gun store for 5 years. Most of that time I was the range master, but I spent a good amount of time doing gun sales also. And one thing that I never understood is the gun salesman trying to act as if he is a gun guru. I never understood that. When I was doing it, if the person came to me and they asked questions, I would answer the question. But what I never did was assume that they didn't know. And I would just simply answer their questions. And I would say, any questions you have, let me know. But I wouldn't just go into it. And so, yeah, this is a Glock 29. It shoots 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter is, um, you know, a Magnum type of an auto cartridge. The Glock 29 is smaller than what's the Glock 20. And, I didn't go into all that because the person I'm talking to might know more about it than I do. Now, if they informed me that they didn't know, or could you tell me something about this, or how do you feel about this gun, or something like that, then I would go into it. But I never just assumed, that the person didn't know. Not my thing. I can't do that. Um, so it's annoying, and so for those who want to get into that business and want to become a gun salesman, just because you get a job at a gun store does not mean that you instantaneously just turn into a gun guru. It doesn't work like that. And you're not going to people will get irritated with you. And a lot of people just won't come back. It's disrespectful if you do it a certain way. It's even disrespectful. So don't do that. Don't make assumptions. Just because you work at a gun store does not mean you're the gun god now. And the people coming through that door, the majority of them are coming through that door because they're gun people in the first place. Now you got about 30%, 30% of them that'll come in there and they don't know anything about guns. They've been thinking about buying a gun and they want to buy one. But the majority, they know. So relax, chill out. You're not the Raiden of guns. Okay, relax. Um, and then at the gun range. So for anyone who's thinking about becoming a range master or RSO, don't assume that everyone who comes in there doesn't know how to shoot. If someone comes and asks you for help and says, hey, I'm not, my shots are grouping way over here or something like that, cool. They're asking for help. But don't go in there and just, especially, sometimes you'll walk through the range, right, just to make sure everything is safe. And you might see somebody's target. That it's not time for you to walk up and, hey man, this is what you need to do. He didn't ask for your help. He didn't ask for your help. He might not want your help right now. So if they ask you, help them. But the assumption that they don't know what they're doing or they don't know what they're talking about is irritating to a lot of people. And women probably get it more than anybody. They come through the door on both sides, whether it's at the gun store or the gun range. They come through that gun store, immediate assumption, she doesn't know about guns. She's a girl. She comes into the range, immediately the guy wants to go overboard and showing her all this stuff about guns and accuracy, and then here, I'm going to go on the range with you and show you how to shoot and this. If she didn't ask you and she's not a new shooter, like she's never really shot before, leave her alone. She can probably outshoot you many times. Women are natural. In my experience, women are better natural shooters than men. In my experience, I only did this for 5 years. For some that's a lot, for some that's not a lot, but that's what it was. And in those 5 years, I seen women. So let me put it this way: new shooters. When the new shooter is a woman, she will catch on to accuracy faster than men on average, flat out. And then the other thing is, women are a lot of women. They don't have testosterone. They're not out to make you look bad or embarrass you. So a lot of times you'll go out there trying to show her how to shoot and whatnot, and she can outshoot you any day of the week, but she doesn't want to embarrass you, right? So she doesn't show off and group a quarter hole on you while you're sitting there trying to teach her something. She doesn't want to embarrass you. She don't want to make you feel stupid. So she just kind of lets you go a little bit, but in her mind she's thinking, oh God, will you please leave me alone? Straight up. That's real. So these are just thoughts that came to my head. I'm reminiscing, and it bothers me. I hate that. I hate going into a gun store and the person just assumes I don't know anything. And I seem to get it more than the average person. I don't know why, but I go in there and they just immediately assume, I don't know, is it because my hat is to the side? Is that what it is? I don't know. But they immediately assume that guy doesn't know about guns. And it's irritating as hell. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. Whammy out.